Good. Hello everybody, welcome to Freddie Knows. Yes, he does. My name is Guy, this is
Tamara.
And welcome. Basically educational videos for you for just help, etc. We have a salon here as well. Tamara cuts curly hair and usually I'm out the back packing up boxes and things like that, and I overhear conversations which I think are interesting, so we thought let's make them into videos and then give them, because why not? So the other day I heard Tamara talking about something called
Hygral fatigue.
Hygral fatigue. A bit of something to get your mouth around, but and what it can, how hygral fatigue affects the hair,
yeah,
etc. So maybe if I just ask Tamara to explain what hygral fatigue is, and then we can just bounce.
Yeah, well, this is something that I did not learn through my hairdressing apprenticeship or ever really until I started really delving into the curly girl method, and which sort of, I'd say a lot of my education about hair really, like, maybe I just wasn't as interested when I was younger, so now that I'm a bit older I'm taking a lot more information in. But yeah, I do think that I have gained a lot more information from the curly girl method than I ever have through my hairdressing career, in terms of what these little things that we do every single day and how that affects our hair, and also the ingredients that we use in our products on our hair. But hygral fatigue, let's just break that down. Initially I'll explain to you what it is that it affects, and that is the cuticle layer of your hair strand. So when you are looking at your hair strand under a microscope, it has little fish scales. So, well, that's what we like to tell people it looks like. They're little like layers that layer up over each other. And so when you...
Like a pine cone?
Like a pine cone, yeah. You can call it a pine cone if you want. I say fish scales because I feel like it's...
Let's just leave it at fish scales.
A little bit easier, but whatever, you can call it a pine cone. Yeah, so basically when you wet your hair, like just with water, you get in the shower and you wet your hair, you're ready to wash it, your hair actually starts to swell up and fill up with the water. And what happens to the cuticle when that happens is, when you're doing that, is opens and closes. So as it opens, you're filling your hair up with water, and as it dries, it starts to close again. When you do that every single day, those little cuticle layers will start to fatigue and get damaged. They'll stay open, so they won't close anymore, and they'll start to break and crack and become damaged. That will lead to things like split ends, hair breakage, knotting, like all different kinds of things. Frizz. I knew you'd get to me on that one. So yeah, so basically that's like hygral fatigue in a nutshell. That's the damage that's caused from wetting your hair too often, every day, really.
Any like hair types, because I know you just do curly hair, but any hair types affected by hygral fatigue?
Every hair type is affected by hygral fatigue, but I would say that with curly hair, it's maybe talked about a bit more because curly hair is already dry and frizzy, and it's kind of prone to being damaged and dry and frizzy. So with what I do with following the curly girl method, I hate to throw that term out there too often, we learn a lot about looking after the hair and keeping it really healthy. And so I guess part of that is learning what things like water do to your hair, and sleeping on certain silk pillowcases, and not drying your hair with a normal towel, things like that. So yeah, that's kind of where you learn about hygral fatigue.
Interesting. So if we're talking about what a wash should look like then, and how often you should be using water in your hair to combat that frizz, what would that look like?
Yeah, so probably twice a week, I would say, is a pretty healthy time frame to put on washing your hair.
So I'm a once a week to a once a month type of guy.
Yeah.
Which is probably...
I know. Depending on the hair type. If you've got curly hair, or you've got drier, coarser, usually dry, coarse hair tends to have a little bit of texture to it, then definitely once a week is totally fine. Even some people I find will do once a fortnight. They might just do your co-washing or things like that in between.
Co-wash, quickly explain what co-wash is.
It's washing your hair with conditioner, in short. but specifically designed co-washes will have cleansing agents in them as well. So they are super gentle, they won't lather in your hair at all, and they feel like conditioner.
And not this is because we already knows, but we obviously have a co-wash, and it's called co-wash.
The point
I'm
of
going
it
to superimpose
as well,
it right there.
beautiful bottle.
Thank you.
Nice design.
I'm going to make it go.
But just for those who don't know, the purpose of the co-wash is so that we leave a little bit of your natural oil behind when we're washing, to let that oil travel down the hair strand and help to moisturize, to strengthen, and to nourish, get your hair really healthy again. Lots of shine, lots of volume, believe it or not, with oil you can get a lot of volume from it as well. So yeah, it's something that you really want to keep in the hair. You don't want to be using sulfates to wash all of those natural oils out of your hair.
I suppose when you say washing with conditioner, that's going to sound like there is absolutely nothing that foams up in the hair, which is true.
Yeah.
It is a weird experience.
Yeah.
And
It is a little bit of a...
It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
So it was for me when I remember using it for the first time, and I was like, you know, surely not, but yeah. You'll be shocked. It is, you know, cleaner than using normal or traditional shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, most people with curly hair will have already heard about co-washing. In fact, they just use conditioner to wash their hair instead of shampoo at all. But now industries are pulling out the co-wash, which has a little bit of a cleansing agent in it. So you're not just going to condition your hair, you're going to actually cleanse a bit of that natural oil out as well, which I think is better long term, because you don't really want too much oil building up on your hair and scalp. That will start to harden up around the hair, where the hair comes out of your scalp, and that can create hair loss. So you do want to cleanse excess oil out. You just want to allow some of the oil to start traveling down the hair strand.
Interesting that it creates hair loss.
Yes, it can. If it gets too much and it starts to harden up around the hair, one, it will create more breakage as well. So as the hair comes out of the scalp and that oil is hard around it, the hair will start to like shred from the oil. So you do really need to make sure when you're using a co-wash, one, that you're still scrubbing at your scalp like you're using a shampoo, because that is what will help to remove the excess oil. Make sure you wash it out as well. It's not like a standard conditioner where you can leave it in your hair.
So I suppose, like, from a practical sense, if someone at the moment has frizzy hair, or, you know, it might be really frizzy or sort of starting to go frizzy, what is sort of like a method that they could follow, like from day dot, like from right now, to have their hair sort of restored or repaired back to the point where they could keep continuing this formula, I suppose, of, you know, 2 days per week wash?
That already have frizzy hair?
Yeah.
So they're using like a shampoo and conditioner at the moment, like a standard traditional shampoo and conditioner?
Either that, or they even could be using a co-wash, but they could be using it every day.
Yeah, well, using co-wash every day isn't really necessary. Like washing your hair every day isn't really necessary. One, you're going to create more damage, which is more dryness, more frizz. So trying to extend the days, like try and push it out even to 2 days initially, then push it out 3. Try and get those days longer and longer. But I would say if you've already got dry, frizzy hair,
You're gone.
you're probably, no.
Shave
You're
your
not
head.
gone, and it's not the end of the world. Unless you've damaged your hair from colour, then potentially you need to cut that off.
Yep.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
But no, I'd say that most people that have really dry, frizzy hair don't get a lot of oil on their scalp, so the chances of them really washing their hair every day are probably pretty slim. Wetting your hair every day is probably pretty high, because you're wanting to stop the frizz and you're wanting to wet it and calm the frizz down, and you're just putting yourself in a vicious cycle. You're creating more frizz. So if you can try to just extend the wash routine to 2 or 3 days, that would be the best start, and then eventually you'll get there. You'll start to stretch your days out longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there sort of a point where you can see the growth of the hair and the old frizzy, crappy hair growing out and healthier stuff coming through?
I mean, generally you would see that anyway, because everything that grows from your scalp is healthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would, but the ends will start to get healthier and smoother and less knotty if you're really looking after it properly. I would say if there's too much damage done to it, then you probably are best just to cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just depends really. Depends on what you do with your hair. Depends if you blow dry it, straighten it, colour it. Like the colour makes a huge difference. Like if you're blonde, yeah, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna really need like some strong protein products to keep the health of your hair better.
Yeah. We have wheat-based protein in our products, but sometimes that may not be enough.
No, our products are not like specifically designed to reconstruct your hair. They're designed to just keep your hair healthy, and we do the education for you to stop doing all of those other external things to your hair to keep it healthy as well. So we're not here to repair your already damaged hair. We're here to like teach you how to not damage your hair and get on the path to healthier hair and scalp. So yeah, so you're gonna have to like go, if you've already like severely damaged your hair, you either need to cut it off or you need to, don't want to talk about going down another path. Actually.
Yeah. No, fair call.
You need to cut it off, I'll just say that.
Yeah. So, I suppose the takeaways would be washing twice a week with the correct products.
Yeah, less frequently. Or wetting your hair as well. Like in the shower, wetting your hair, not with a spray bottle wetting your hair.
With a spray bottle with a little bit of product in there.
You can put a little bit of leave-in conditioner or a little bit of hair balm. Hair balm's like pretty much a leave-in conditioner really, but it has a little bit of styling product as well. So it's got heat protection too. So if you do decide to like hit your hair with a hairdryer again, then it will help to protect your hair against the hairdryer. But yeah, a little bit of hair balm and water in a spray bottle is probably enough. Just kind of like spritz it to calm any frizz down. Yeah.
Cool. So correct washing times, correct products, and with those things combined, you should start to see an improvement.
Yeah, you'll definitely see an improvement. Definitely.
Awesome.
Also, hair balm and our styling gel have got protein in them as well. So if there has been any damage done to the hair, that will really slowly start to repair that damage. So yeah, you'll start to see healthier hair. It'll be easier to manage. It'll be easier to comb. Yeah.
I love it.
All around, you'll have better hair.
Well, that's what we want, right?
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. I think that's...
Any other questions?
Not off the top of my head, but obviously I think if you do have questions, then
fire
away in the comments, and it'll be cool if you're subscribed. If it's down that way, great. If it's that way, the bell thing.
I'll point that way.
Thank you. Yeah, cool. Anyway, brilliant.
Now you're going to have to put something.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right.
I think that was good.